Good morning, everybody. Today is a lovely Thursday morning, and I'm planning on visiting some thrift stores that I've never been before, and I'm planning on taking you with me. So why don't you just hop on, tag along, and come on with me to the new thrift stores. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Alright, this first store is probably a little bit one of an obscure one, because I googled it. I don't think we're gonna get lucky in there, but you never know. En I don't think we're gonna find some games. Oh, dat ziet er chic uit. Oh, wat ziet dat er chic uit. Hattie! Alright, so at that first store I didn't think I was gonna get that lucky, because I had to plow between the DVDs and the movies and the music CDs, and guess what? I found 11 games. I saved them from certain doom. That was nice. That was really nice, and the store owner was really nice as well. She allowed me to film in there. So now I'm on my way to the next store, which is only a 10 minute drive from here, so I'll keep you posted. Alright, second store. Who knows what we're gonna find here? I'm going to be here a very long time. But it's a good thing they do know the difference between DVDs and games. The only one that stands out is this. That's supposed to be in here, but besides that, everything's really neatly ordered. Though I was interested in this Red Alert, but the documents disc of Yuri's Revenge is severely damaged, and I was interested in Roller Coaster Tycoon Loopy Landscapes add-on pack, but that's not the right CD, and it has a, well, it's cracked. All of the other games I already have or am not interested in. Maybe. Alright, this looks pretty fun. I'll take this for €1. Adventure Pinball, but it looks really bad. It runs on the Windows 98 machine. I'll take it. Oh yeah, and I need to show this Mortal Kombat 4. That's really nice. And another De Dosgamert and the Magic Formula, the Dutch version. with CD. They even have this neat collection of VHS tapes. It's pretty neat. Alright, so this store is pretty well hidden, and it's located behind a gas station, and they really got their stuff ordered neatly. Like, everything is easy to find, separated and categorized, so that's really nice. On to the next store. Really stoked to see what kind of store this is. Oh shit. Then you're looking at the children's CDs and DVDs, and then you spot this, like that little transposia thing over there. Then you get that, and turns out, oh, to be the Thriftfish Dutch version. These are only movies, so we don't have to look in these. So the store I just been to had no computer video game section at all, but I managed to look through the kids' DVDs and found 3 games and 1 DVD. One is really special because this is the DVD movie version of Freddy Fish, which is just somebody who recorded the gameplay for the game, and you can click through it with your remote. Really gross. It started raining, but that's no problem because here comes the boo. Alright, this is a very neatly organized store, and they were kinda, I mean, everything was in a cabinet, you know, you had to ask for a key, so this is what I got, and on to the next store. By the way, one thing that always sucks with these stores is buying games like Call of Duty or games that contain Steam codes. Some of them don't even feature CDs anymore, only Steam codes. Well, this is an example. I'm not sure. I do think there's a CD in this, but this is Injustice. I really enjoyed Injustice when it came out back in 2012, but this one is still sealed, and it says requires internet connection and a free Steam account to activate. But since it's still sealed, I think this is stellar. It would be a waste to unseal it though, but I want that Steam key, so I am gonna. What's always nice is collecting these bigger, thicker cardboard DVD-sized games. And this is Civilization 4. I'm not really that much of a fan of Civilization, but man, this one was €1. I mean, €1. Alright, on to the next store, but this one is a 30-minute drive, but it's on the route home, kinda. So, enjoy me driving. I arrived at the last store. At least I think it's the last one. And this one is pretty interesting because I visited like 5 others of these because it's a franchise. So here we go. I don't know what this painting is about, but I do have to admit that this is a cabinet I'd like. Look how the DVDs are presented. This is fantastic stuff.
You'll even find music CDs, including some games. But I'm not interested in this. But this, on the other end, is the MS-DOS version ported to Windows 95 from Look a Look. But I already have this one, so I'll put it back so you guys can come buy it. I'll put it back the other way. And this is why you need to look closely. And while I started filming, oh yeah, this is the nice one. I'll take it. But don't forget to always check if the CD is present, and yeah, well, I'm not taking it. And sometimes you discover something new. I mean, look at this. They saved on plastic. That's why it's so flimsy. Then on my way out, always do a double check on the computer games. I see this. Interesting. Also interesting. Hey there. Oh man. I'm happy with this. And all of these. Oh shit. Alright, the weather turned to shit. But I bought quite some games for nice prices. I always like when that kind of works out. Some titles I never heard of, never heard about, and I bet that some other people might be looking for these games as well. The reason I'm taking them home is because I have a feeling that they are unique and I'd like to archive them someday. So everybody can play them. Alright, so since the weather turned to shit, I don't feel like visiting another store. I'm on my way home to show you guys what games I bought today, so see you there. I already showed you a few games that I found at the thrift stores, but I haven't shown all of them, so here they are. Alright, first game that I got is Injustice Gods Among Us. I really enjoyed this on the Xbox 360 when it came out, but usually I don't buy games like this because these require a internet connection, which is totally fine, but also a Steam account. These feature a CD key and it will probably not work without an internet connection, and if that Steam key has already been claimed by somebody. But the good thing about this one is it's still in seal, so I trust that nobody has claimed this one. Same story, Planet Coaster, a really great find and in pretty good condition, though the bad thing about it, and I didn't figure that out up until I got home, this also requires an internet connection and features a Steam key. Luckily I already own the game, I bought it online on sale a few years ago, but I never really gotten into playing it, I'm not sure why. One other thing though, the previous owner put in the receipt with their complete address, but also the log-on information and the Steam receipt for a key subscription, along with the email address and also the password of the Steam account. If you want to get rid of your games, be sure to take out that information and never keep it inside of a DVD case. Nice. Rise of Nations Gold Edition. I already have a different version of the game because this is the original game along with the Thrones and Patriots expansion pack. Already had one, but this one was in such great condition and I didn't really have this exact version, not the Gold Edition. Of course, this one has already gotten a remaster on Steam where you can play it in HD resolutions, and they also improved the playability of the game. So there's no real need for this game anymore, but it's still really cool to find physical editions of this, so I'm really happy with that. Alright, on to a little bit of an obscure one, and I really had to double check if I didn't own this one yet. Pinball Pack, 2 games. Judge Dredd Pinball and The Avengers Pinball. I already seen this game at another thrift store, but I didn't buy it before. The reason I was anxious to get this because I thought I already had it and I was scrolling through photos of my collection and I couldn't find it, so I took a risk. I came home and figured out that indeed I didn't have it yet. But what I did have was a different version, another pinball 2-pack with soccer pinball and Roswell pinball, which also sounds really weird. Even worse, I guess. Judge Dredd. It's stuck. It's not stuck. It is stuck. It's not stuck. It is shutting down. But now I got two, and what's really bad about these games is that when you have the rear sides, like the sides that you face when they're in a cabinet, it's nice that you can read all of them if you tilt your head a little bit, you know? But they printed it the wrong way around. They do that with some games, don't ask me why. I assume there are rules for that, but let's all stick to the same thing, because now I have to put them in the cabinet upside down. I know that these electronic arts games, Maxis games, are really cool, like Sim Safari, Sim Life, Sim Isle, Sim City, Sim Copter, but I was still missing Sim Town, so boom, now we got Sim Town as well. It's nice to have these roofs. Don't believe what you see. It's like a World War II game, also requires an internet connection, didn't know that. The key code is already scratched out, but I do think that this is probably playable, not on the Windows 98 machine though, that's probably gonna work on Windows XP and newer. Exactly. Here's another one, Battle Station Specific, another war game that I never really gotten into, but it looked really cool. But I got more of these, so I love it when it comes with the original maps. Oh ho ho! Aloha! I like the poster. Alright, another early 2000s classic shooter, Sin Episodes. Never really played this. This is episode 1, Emergence. So a few years ago I got some games donated, which you could also do, of course. I'm willing to accept games that I don't have yet. And within that collection that I accepted was Uru. And because I don't really know Uru, I think it's a game like Myst because it says Ages Beyond Myst. It's from Ubisoft, but this is an illegal copy, which is totally fine, but I never really threw it out. But now I can. But now I finally got the Ubisoft exclusive version of Uru, so now I can definitely check it out. Alright, another dark mystery horror kind of game. It's Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl. Thief 1 and 2, those were still missing inside of this cabinet. I know that it's a combined thing, Thief 1 and 2 in a twin pack, but I really bought these just to have the game, you know. I thought all 3 games were combined on one CD, but turns out there are 3 CDs in here. This will run just perfectly on the Pentium 3 machine. It's a little bit of a different release. I already had Lego Lord of the Rings, but I also have Lego in Ban van de Ring, which is really weird because you assume this is the English version and this is the Dutch version, because in Dutch we call Lord of the Rings in the Ban van de Ring, but it's the exact same, almost the same, but this one, the English version, is also in Dutch, English and French. But this one is the flimsy one with the weird CD cover, with the open backside. Also, I got Lord of the Rings, The Battle for Middle-earth 2. I also saw the first version of this game, but I didn't decide to pick it up because that one was really damaged a lot. So, really cool. Empire Earth 2. Why? I already have Empire Earth 1 and 3. Too bad though, this is another one which is printed upside down. So yeah, that's just a thing they do. But now I got all 3 versions of the game in a DVD case. Also got the first one in a big box. Bought that online a few years ago because I felt like it. And it came with this thick manual. And I'm really into Empire Earth. I should play that way more often than I do right now. Shogun Total War, the gold edition. The rear side is a little bit faded. Somebody was keeping it in direct sunlight, perhaps. it's pretty cool to have Shogun Total War the Gold Edition because I already had a Total War Shogun 2, so now I got both. Civilization 4 Warlords, pretty nice. And even nicer, the cardboard version of Civilization. I didn't check Civilization 4, I didn't check if the CD is present because I assume if it's in such state that yes, it's complete. Oh man, that's a book. That's because Civilization is really complex and the whole book is English. It's not even in more languages, it's all in English. And talking about cardboard versions of games, here's World of Warcraft. Never really played it. I stayed away from this because I've been told it's way too addictive, so I don't. I have other hobbies. But man, this is so nice to see. It opens up even further. And even further. Oh, I'll keep these two in a special box, not in this cabinet, because of the cardboard, they don't really fit in there. So, alright, lesser cool stuff, but I do collect it in a way whenever I can find it for a good price. I got The Sims 3 with like 4 different expansions that I didn't have yet, so that's nice. I was talking to the store clerk of one of the stores, and he told me that he had more games, but I wasn't interested in them because I told him I don't really do something with PlayStation 3 games. I don't even own a PlayStation 3. He said that he had God of War and 007 Quantum of Solace, and I could have them for free. And the reason I got them, I know the reason. This is Madden 07. And this is Assassin's Creed. So I only got the CDs for Assassin's Creed and Madden 07. If you're interested in any of these, and I'm not talking about 007 or God of War, but Madden 07 or a single disc for Assassin's Creed, then let me know in the comments. Maybe I can make somebody else happy with them. But, also, whenever I'm at a thrift store, I like to pick up weird games that nobody has ever heard of, but I like to archive them so everybody could play them whenever I got time to do so. Right now I'm archiving shareware CDs, so these are not top priority, but I do own them now. This is Mrs. Maze. I don't know about this, it looks weird, it's Dutch, translated probably, and it might even be a demo, but I'm not sure, but I want to check this out. De Kleine Coureur, which means a little driver. Looks great. And Magic, also known as Tovenarij. Of course, this is a Macromedia Flash game, but I'm really stoked to see what this is about. This is somebody's nostalgia, you know. This is something I like to sit on a rainy Sunday morning, put in the CD, see if I can get it to work, play and record it, and put it on YouTube to make somebody happy with it. Bas the Beer. This looks really cringy. Not sure what this is. I'll find out someday. Babe, the pig from the movie. I didn't know that there was a game of this. It looks great. And another copy of Theme Park World. Already have a few copies, but if I find one in a jewel case in this condition, with this CD inside, man, that's so cool. Of course, I already own the DVD package of it, but that one comes with this lame CD, but I already had that CD separately without the jewel case, so I put it in like this paper sleeve to keep it, to safe keep it, but it doesn't belong in this, but now I finally got the version where it does belong in, but now I got the CD double, so if you're interested in one of these CDs, send me a message. Another cool find was Asterix, the Dutch version probably of a MS-DOS version of the game. It looks like it. I don't know this version of Asterix. It's from 1996 and it looks really nice because it comes with a really thick instruction manual or story manual. Maybe it even features a comic. Oh yes, this is really nice. I'm definitely gonna read this. This is another fun one. Back in the day, you had these awesome board games like Monopoly, another one with the rear side printed upside down. I remember that my brother bought this one for me, so I really enjoyed this one. It's not as good as the Westwood version of Monopoly. I don't own a physical copy of that. They made other games too, like Scrabble, Yahtzee and Boggle, and then I was at the store and I found this, well, it almost looked like a forfeit copy because it's in a slim thin case, but it's the same game. But I wasn't sure if I already had this one, but now I got two. And this is why you always have to take a close look at the music CDs at thrift stores, because this is hidden in there. So nice. So yeah, a video CD from Tintin, I couldn't resist. These are pretty hard to find. You don't see them that often anymore, so I decided to take it home. That was fun, huh? Alright, on to the kids games. Dino Tycoon. Never heard of this. It looks really obscure. If you look at the rear side, it looks like an official mod for Theme Park World. It looks like Theme Park World, but with dinos, so I'm really stoked to check this one out. Bella and the Beast, also known as Beauty and the Beast, but it's a really obscure version. It doesn't really, it's not like the Disney ones that we know. So I'm not really sure what this is about. I think it's really bad, and I do want to know what it is about. Kruistocht in Spijkerbroek, the game. In the mid-2000s they released a movie about this. It's a Dutch story. There's a Dutch movie from the same year, because these are the real Dutch actors. So they decided to make a game as well. But since it's 100% Dutch, not translated, it's probably really bad. So Cats 4, this is really cool, because back in the day, PF Magic made games like Dogs, Cats and Oddballs. Lesser known Oddballs, but when Ubisoft took over PF Magic, they continued making cats and dogs and pets games, and those are, well, different but the same. So this is some form of nostalgia to me. Shrek Team Action. I think this one is ported from the PlayStation, but I'm really stoked to see what this is about. I think it's all minigames and such. Emergency 2, the ultimate fight for life. It looks so bad, but the game itself looks okay. It looks like some form of Red Alert, but with firefighters. Disney's and Pixar's Buzz Lightyear of Star Commando. It's from the same era as the 102 Dalmatians, A Bug's Life. And to be fair, you can never miss with late 90s, early 2000s Disney's games. They're always pretty nice. I already have a few games of this. This is Howie's Bowman, voiced by a guy from Sesame Street, the Dutch Sesame Street, Frank. And it's really cool because I already recorded the game where the game with words and also the game with math. They are put together pretty well. They're translated from a different language though, but I don't have this version of the game. It's called The Mad Trip, the Dolle Reis. Also, although I do think this is a combination. They kind of have segments and they put them together to make a game, and they did that. Alright, we're almost there. Last two. Freddy Fish 5, Dutch version. I already had Freddy Fish 3, but I love having physical copies of these. I already have all of them digitally and on Steam, and I played them inside out. Don't worry about that. But this is nice. But what's also very nice is this one. This is Freddy Fish, but it's not a PC game. This is a DVD, and this is technically somebody who plays through the whole game. You can even see the mouse cursor every now and then. I haven't checked it yet, but that's what I heard and what I see. So this is just a gameplay recording. It's so lame. Who does that? Who records games? Blech. Oh yeah, and last but not least, I almost forgot it. I found this big box of Championship Manager 2. Alright, that's all of the games that I got from thrifting on one day. It's not a bad haul if you ask me. I'm really happy with these. These will fit perfectly in my collection, and I'm really stoked to make backups and archive them on the internet so everybody could play them. Everybody, thanks for tagging along with me through the thrift stores. I hope you enjoyed it. To have an insight how I find my games. I hope that inspires you to go thrifting yourself and try to find games like I do and try to get them for a nice price. I make these videos for the members only, just as a thank you for being involved, being there and enjoying games from the 90s and the 2000s like I do. And that's something special that other people probably would never understand, but you and I, we know. So Everybody, thanks again for being a member, being involved, and I hope to make more videos like this. They're quite time consuming, but I really enjoy doing this. So, thanks everyone. See you on the next one. It's so emotional.
But Bart, seriously? You got a problem.